Hello and welcome to the Lads Talk podcast. I'm Sadiq, this is Jamie, Danielle, and Garis. So, last week was our 10th episode, and once again, we thank everyone for subscribing and listening so far. We've seen a lot of dynamic engagement, shall we say, with some of our videos, and we started to see what people like listening to and what they like listening to a little bit less. But if if you wanted to hear a certain topic, or if you wanted to voice your opinion on something that we've talked about, the comments are down below. Feel free to use them. But anyway, last week we talked about mental health, and this week I wanted to draw on a topic which affects people's mental health, okay, and that is racial profiling. Okay, now we've got a diverse group of friends right here, okay, mostly from the Asian continent, and then we have Jamie, who's British white, the colonizer. So us group of friends, we're very diverse, different religions, different culture, and we get along, but there is when you go to the outside world, when you're in public, at work, let's say, places like this, you often encounter people who just don't want to get along with you, okay, for whatever preconceived notions they have about you. So I want to talk about that. So let me ask first and foremost, has anyone here ever experienced racial profiling before?
Yeah, I was the one doing it.
Kinda true.
Oh no. Oh no.
No.
No, Jamie's not like that.
I remember them days.
Oh yes. Oh, okay. No, Jamie, I can't defend how you were trying to stay away from Danielle and Garis and other Asians, but you know what? Jamie educated himself, okay, and he's a very tolerant person, and soon to become Muslim as well.
Inshallah.
Alright, listen. On a real note, Garis, you said first that you experienced racial profiling, right? So, is there a specific example you have in your head of when you've experienced it before?
Definitely a lot, yeah, but the one that sticks out the most, yeah, oh my lord, I told these guys when they came last week. So my old secondary school, during a PE lesson, we were playing in the gym football, and this guy purposely barged me, and I literally hit my head in the corner of the wall.
Bro.
And I was struggling to sleep that night, and my mom obviously could see that, and she got vexed. So then the next morning, she went to the reception to talk to the teacher. He's British, let's say, and so is the student that barged me. He was backing him, yeah, saying that it was not on purpose, it was accidental. He always does it, man, in PE and when we play, just in general. And he's also one of them, not them proper bad students, but in the middle. I mean, close to the bad ones, isn't it? He's like, no, he's such a he's a good student, basically. Yeah, he was lying. So it just pissed me off even more. And I don't remember, but with that same teacher, there are other incidents as well. Like, not in my year, probably other people, but I don't know the stories, but yeah.
Yeah, so you basically, even in school, you kind of had to go through it, right? And I think a lot of people, especially in school, they experience it. And Danielle, you've come from so many backgrounds, right? Have you ever experienced any racial profiling based on even your culture, ethnicity, even your language, anything like that?
100%. Them two was there. Last week was because I was wearing a job. I went to a chicken shop, and I was waiting for the food, and there was a lady saying a girl, saying opposite me, and she sees me with this thing, and she go up and moved all the way across the bloody chicken shop, and I'm like, raw, like with this.
You're talking about thobe, yeah, like the Islamic, Arab, Arabian kind of long dress.
Yeah.
So she got up and she moved away.
Yeah, awesome, dude. It was there.
I mean, I saw her move, but I was paying at the till. But yeah, she did.
Crazy. What about you, Jamie? Have you ever experienced it? Now, for you, Jamie, I want to say.
No, let me talk about
Go
another
for it,
one.
go for it,
Wait. We experienced it 2 days ago, I think. Me and Jamie was walking back here from Starbucks. And there was these two ladies, yeah. They were just talking, and they saw me. All of a sudden, yeah, they started talking about arranged marriage. I'm like, bro, like, okay, why are we talking about arranged marriage?
And then they looked at you.
Yeah, they looked at me and they started talking about arranged marriage. Bear in mind, yeah, they ain't like white, but they're foreigners, but like still white, as in like color white. It wasn't from my back.
Just
Yeah,
say
there was
European.
European, yeah.
Just say European.
Yeah, there was European, yeah, and then they randomly started talking about arranged marriage. It was like, oh yeah, I swear this guy got arranged marriage, and I'm like, bro, what are the odds of me walking
They
and you're
looked at
talking
you.
about arranged marriage? Like, what's this about, man?
And they also looked at you as well, man.
They looked at my face, they're like, raw, like that beard and everything, mad. No, but you know what's funny? Jamie's always like, most of the time Jamie's there with me and he sees it as well. I don't know how he feels about it. Like, it's your people, then, by the way.
We might as well get his opinion, man. How do you feel?
Yeah, how do you feel, man?
It was either the maddest coincidence, or they're just pieces of shit, and their parents obviously hadn't done a good enough job of being
growing them up, basically, on my morals and all of that. Yeah.
It's so funny how like I feel like Jamie is like obviously he's from here, so I feel like I got this like layer of protection because I got him around.
Oh my
But still,
goodness.
like, no, but like, let's be honest. Mate. Let's be honest. It's like I think it's 100% true, man.
No, it is.
If you went to Starbucks, but I wasn't there with you,
Yeah.
probably something would have happened even worse. Or in general.
Well, in general, when you're not out with him and the stuff that you experience with him, if he wasn't there,
No, look at him, yeah, and it's like
Guilty.
he's. I don't know how he feels about it. It's like, are you amazed? Or...
Well, that time I didn't hear it. If I actually heard it, and it was actually I knew for a fact.
No, but like, forget that. There's other stuff like the chicken shop, and they would then remember we was again on the chicken shop. It was another day. There was a man just like kept on looking at me like, "Why you? I'm only wearing a jubba, man." Like, yeah,
Was it
when
recent?
he went.
Was it recent?
So it wasn't.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that guy.
so one time-
He was already
Yeah.
eating there, isn't it?
Yeah,
That guy.
they're looking at me like.
So you know when you say Jamie is
like-
your layer of protection, right? Yeah. But for
Yeah.
example, Jamie, he works in a customer service kind of environment. Yeah. It doesn't have to be from here, but
Yeah.
Jamie, when you come across, even if it's in school or college or public or a shop or work, have you, as a person who's white, and often we think, oh, white people can't be discriminated against, right? Because the focus is so heavily on ethnic minorities or minority groups. Do you feel like you've ever been discriminated against?
Anyone can get bullied. Anyone can get discriminated against. Anyone can be racist to anyone. Like, brown people can gang up on white people and say, look at him, look, white this, white that. That's still some sort of saying like, oh, white people are this, white people are racist, white people are prejudiced, white people da-da-da-da. That's another form of racial profiling or thing. You can be racist to white people. It's not they're what's it called? They're invincible to racism or something. People can be racist. Oh my god, Elmer Fudd. Elmer Fudd, Wabbit. Yeah, anyone can be.
But Jamie,
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone can be to anyone.
But have you ever? Is there any instance where that's
Done
been
to
done
me?
to you?
Not yet, no. Unless they have, and I'm just stupid to not realise.
The thing with Jamie is, I do agree with his point, but I think people outside of white, British...
I'm not saying, no, I'm not saying white have it more, but it can happen.
Yeah.
It's not impossible. It can happen.
Like, I think, I do agree with your point, but people outside, like, who's not white, European, British, they experience it more.
Yeah, they do, yeah. 1,000,000,000,000%.
I think it's mainly the like.
But to say white people can't be racist, people can't be racist to white people, as bollocks.
But also, you're
It
not
can
gonna
happen.
lie, it's just like dumb people, man.
When you say dumb people, do you mean uneducated people?
Yeah,
but-
basically uneducated, yeah. But most of the time, there can be some like times where educated people say, but like most of the time, majority is uneducated people.
Let me add to this. Yeah. So basically, when to Stockport in 2019, I believe. It's near Manchester, and like mainly like there's no Asian people or like African people there. It's mostly white people, and we went there. It's like we stood out so badly, and you feel so weird about it. It's like everyone is looking at you. Not all of them are looking at you like, oh yeah, they're like a threat or whatever. But it's like because they never seen people like you, and then going back to media, that they have certain we have a certain image pre-built in them, even though they don't know us through the media. They're like, oh yeah, they wear these kind of clothes and beard and everything. They're going blowing off and all of that, and yeah, like it feels bare weird because everyone is looking at you, man. And like, you know where Garris lives, yeah? That area doesn't really have mosques. It's mainly Lankans and then mainly
That's
like
Sri
English
Lankans for
people there.
anyone listening and not understanding.
Yeah, Lankan is my word, by the way. I'm the owner. So yeah, it feels weird to be there at times. Like if I'm wearing like jubba, yeah, I definitely feel more weirder going to Garris's place here than Jamie's. Jamie's place here is like multicultural in a way, and like I feel like where there's more people, like the diversity, there's more diversity you find. But if you're in a place, yeah, when you're in a place, yeah, where like everyone is mostly the same, like color and like from the same place, they like have this closed mind, and I feel like Jamie as well. Like since like he probably had that like a whole idea behind how I am as a person before like speaking to me. What do you think, Jamie?
Not to do with your race or your colour.
Just
in
your
general.
face,
Nothing
just
to
your
do with
face.
your race or colour.
But you know, all this talk, yeah, it's reminded me of not reminded me. The whole point of this episode probably is based on this. Yeah, last
story.
week, my story, the epic chapter.
My story.
But honestly, what happened the other day, it raised something traumatic as well. Yeah, but I'll tell you the traumatic thing after this. But the other day, I was in a cafe, right, and I walk in, and what happened is I basically joined the queue. The queue's stretched, and there's this kind of window seating area, yeah? The queue stretches up to the window seating area, and there's this old, elderly black woman, yeah? But she's not dressed like she's homeless or she's like filthy or dirty. She's dressed like she's very, her life is normal, right? Do you know what I mean? You can't really see or, you don't really think that there's anything wrong with them. I joined the queue. Suddenly, she starts... I don't want to say screaming because that's too exaggerated. She starts kind of shouting and saying, "Get away from me. Don't come near me. Don't come next to me." Exactly like that, yeah? Proper scolding me. And I was like, I thought she must be a bit loony, right? Turn around. I joined the line, yeah? Now, I thought, you know what? This is a bit suspicious behavior, yeah? So I turned myself to the left a bit so I can see peripherally out of the side of the corner of my eye, I can see what she's doing, yeah? She gets out of her seat and she like comes near me, then she goes back to her seat, then she comes near me and she just keeps repeating herself under her breath. I'm like, wow, this lady's a bit weird, yeah? So the queue keeps going. Do you know what she does? She leaves the shop, yeah? Leaves the shop and she goes out of the shop and out of the cafe and she goes past the window, yeah? Now I'm looking out the window and do you know what? She pops her head right back, makes eye contact with me and storms. This is an old woman. She storms back into the shop, comes all the way up to me, goes, "You dirty B-A word," yeah, like a swear word. "You dirty this, don't come near me, you filthy this, you dirty this, da 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 da." Now the thing is, I thought in this moment, I was like, why me? Like, what have I done, yeah? So I was like, okay, am I the only Asian person in the shop? Looked around, there was other Asians. I was like, okay, am I the only bearded person in the shop? I look around, there's other bearded people. Am I the only Muslim looking person in the shop? I look around, there's other Muslim people. Like, what's wrong? Why yeah,
looking.
why me? Yeah. So I was just like, I didn't say anything, and I just go, anyways, turn around, and I ordered my drink. Yeah. Now I order my drink. I go sit down on the table. Now what she does, from her original seat, she comes closer and closer, and then she goes back, and then she keeps looking and she's staring, and she wants me to make eye contact. And I'm looking at the corner of my eye, yeah, but obviously nothing's happening because I'm not making eye contact. She keeps coming, going. Eventually, I think she got bored. She leaves the shop. She stands outside the window. Look how creepy this is, yeah? Outside the window, and she's pressing her eyeballs against the window, looking at me, yeah?
Wait, like,
I'm
you're
just
sitting
sitting
by
there.
the window.
I was sitting by the window basically, and like not fully next to the window, but in that
Yeah, okay,
direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's staring her eyeballs through the window at me. So I'm drinking my warm drink and I'm just like facing forward, continuing like whatever I was doing, right? And even the janitor, he was like cleaning up the cafe. There was this portion that was
janitor?
closed off. Cleaner, yeah?
Oh.
And he was cleaning and he noticed her and he like raises his mop and he goes, oi, oi. He's like trying to shoo her away, yeah? She's not moving.
Like
She
a
don't
bird.
even, yeah, like she don't even blink. So I'm like, oh my God, this lady, some demon, some jinn in her, right? So I start reading an Islamic prayer, yeah, this dua is called Ayatul Kursi, yeah, which if you ever encounter like a demon or something, you read Ayatul Kursi. I highly recommend it to everyone. So I start reading, I finish it. This is the creepiest part, yeah. As soon as I finish the last part, وَلَا يَؤُدُهُ حِفْظُهُمَا وَهُوَ الْعَلِيُّ الْعَظِيمُ, as soon as I say that, do you know what she does? She turns like an NPC left and she starts walking so fast, yeah. She's just like boosts out of there,
Speed walking.
speed walking, and the cleaner, he looks at her and he's like, what is going on? He waves at her like, are you okay? She makes the creepiest bloody face at him while she's speed walking, looks at him, waves and smiles with all of her teeth, and she just carries on walking. She's gone. And I'm just convinced, yeah, either that was some psychotic racist woman or there was something inside her, man. That was the creepiest thing that's ever happened to me. But do you know what it is? That event raised up a lot of trauma that I had before, especially because this place is near a train station, yeah. It's like I've been attacked at a train station before, innit? By a guy who's like double my size. Probably not double, I wouldn't say double my height, but he's much taller than me, and he's double the weight for sure. He's much like larger than me, and anyone who's seen me, I'm built more like a noodle, right? Maybe around the tummy area there's a couple of tires there, but you know, I'm not a very buff looking guy, right? And I arrive at the station before my station because I had to change trains, yeah. It's around 9 o'clock at night, okay, and I come down the staircase, you know, when you change the platforms, come down the staircase, and I'm waiting, and this guy's just there, and it's so funny because I say funny because the way I say it sounds like it's from a storybook, yeah, but he's standing in the shadows, yeah, and do you know what he's eating? He's eating just, I think there was chips, I can't tell, but from the smell, all I can smell is red onions, yeah.
Oi.
And he's just munching. He just have I not told you the story before?
No.
Oh
No,
no!
it wasn't such.
No,
Oh,
don't tell me,
okay,
you haven't told me.
Give me a
What's
career.
red onion.
He's just eating red onions. Yeah, I'm sure there was like a couple of
Yeah.
chips or like severed chip here and there, but he's just munching red onions. Yeah.
Wait. Let me get
Yeah,
this
yeah, go
straight.
for it.
Raw
Yeah,
onion.
just
No, you know the ones red onion you put in salad.
probably bought a kebab or something, and he had the meat first.
Wait, what was he thinking?
Oh, he probably went to get a kebab. Probably got a kebab, and then
He bought it 100%.
Yeah,
like
that was like last.
yeah, like what Jamie is saying. It's
Where
probably
can
a
you get
kebab.
that?
Not on its own.
Yeah, like you
Go
can
and ask the
get
guy, man.
you can get kebabs.
No, on
Just
its
chips
own.
and red onions.
You can get kebabs, chips, and then salad, and he
Had like the
probably
lettuce
just like
and
saved the red
cabbage
onions for
first,
last.
yeah.
What a weirdo. Anyway.
Anywho, so he's there, yeah, and he's munching the red onions, so like that, yeah, proper ASMR in real life, okay. So
Okay,
sorry,
carry
so he's munching, he's chewing his food, yeah, and under his breath, but you know, there's two versions of under your breath. One is literally only the speaker, I can hear myself,
Yeah,
and the other one is I'm saying it under my breath, but I want everyone else to hear.
yeah.
Okay, so like at work, let's say for example, you know, something annoyed you, you go, yeah, for example. But on the other hand, you know, when you want someone to ask you what's wrong, so you go, oh man, you, you do it like that, right?
It's like Garrison.
He's doing the second one, okay, but this is what he's saying under his breath. He's like, yeah, that's right, yeah, you look away, you terrorist, look away, you R-word, look away, you effing P-word,
Wait.
yeah? Look away. So now
He's Bengali, but what? At least
look,
he's
this
Bengali.
is around 20 I can't remember the year now, 2019, 18. I just I was in masters, I was doing my master's degree, yeah, and I just come home, I was knackered from the day, yeah, plus I think I had a really bad day that day as well, and I was feeling, you know, like you know, one of those days where you wake up and you choose violence, yeah? I was in that kind of mood, innit? So normally, if someone's muttering like that, I'd be like, oh, let me just move away from this guy, right? But that day, I was just thinking, you know what, yeah? Why should you be saying that stuff to me? So, and then, you know, normally I have like a disagreement with someone, and then I have mind fights with them afterwards. Today, I was
It was all
like,
out
forget
here.
the mind. I just want the vice, yeah? So,
That moment he realized that he wasn't in anime.
no. The moment was like anime,
Right.
though. The moment was like anime.
Carry on.
Although I didn't watch anime back then, so this was accidental. So what happened is, he's saying that. So first I look at him. As soon as I look at him, he stops. So I look away, and he goes, "Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you look away, you bloody terrorist, you bloody P word and B word
Whoa.
and C word and T word, all the swear words, plus call me terrorist, plus call me the short version of Pakistani, right?" So then second time,
What?
yeah,
Oi.
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Okay.
Yeah. I look at him and I go, "Excuse me, are you talking to me?" He goes, "No, I'm not talking to you, mate." Yeah. By the way, let me describe the guy,
mate.
not to give a wrong representation or anything, but just so you can imagine.
He
Yeah.
looked like Du
But
Jovi, yeah?
no.
Like
He
Daddy
looked
Yankee.
like
Don't say me.
imagine Peter Griffin,
Huh?
you know, from Family
Yeah.
Guy, but he don't have any hair.
Oh.
No. Let me do it again. Let me try again. He looks like, you know, the villain from Monsters Inc., the guy with the 8 legs,
Yeah.
the boss with
Yeah.
the
Purple
purple.
guy.
He looks like him, but a white version. He was wearing a football scarf, yeah, football club scarf, and he looks at me and goes, "Nah, I'm not talking to you, mate." I was like, "Oh, okay." So then I thought, oh, maybe he's like, you know, maybe he's just talking to himself. Then he carries on. He goes, "Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm not talking to you. You effing this, you effing that.
I am
you
or I'm not?
P-word, you're terrorist." Under his breath, he's saying he is.
Oh.
I go, "So you are talking to me, mate?" And he goes, "So what if I am?" And I was like, "What's your problem? What have I done to you?" Yeah. So he goes, "You know, I don't like your kind." I was like, "My
Oi,
kind?"
oi, oi.
Oh.
Yeah. What kind? Do you think I'm some kind of breed of a dog or something? What do you mean, my kind? Yeah.
Not
So I-
fish, man. He went.
So I look at him. I go,
Clownfish.
"Okay, what has my kind done to you?" Yeah. He goes, "Yeah, you come here, you take our jobs, and
Oh
what's it
my
called?
God.
Yeah, you lots,
No.
your people." No, he goes deeper. He goes, "Your people assaulted my girlfriend. Yeah, all of you, you're dirty bunch of P words." I'm like, "Whoa, yo." I go, yo, relax. Yeah. I've had a long day. You've probably had a long day. Now this is me. I'm trying to diffuse the situation. Yeah. Like, look, I've had a long day. You've had a long day. You're upset about something. Look, you just stay there. I'll stay here. And you know what? It's alright. Let's just get on with our lives. Yeah. No. You know what? Your people did this. Your people did that. You're a bunch of dirty this, dirty that. Now I look at him. I'm like, yo, this guy. Okay, so he's not gonna let me go. Yeah. So now I'm looking around. I'm trying to be smart. Yeah. In that moment where I'm boiling with madness right now. You're like, how dare he say that to me? Do you know what I mean? So I'm looking around, I'm like, what can I find that's smart? Like, do something smart, Sadiq, yeah? I see a CCTV camera, yeah? So what I do, naturally, I back off behind me because I come into the view of the CCTV camera, okay?
Yeah.
So I do that, and he starts coming forward. So I'm like, perfect, yeah, you come on. Smile for the camera, brother. You're live on air. So he comes closer, yeah, and now I'm like,
Boss.
I'm literally sweating, yeah, red, you know, adrenaline is pumping. I'm like, wow. So I get my phone out, 13%, and I had an iPhone 6S, yeah, and the battery was so awful. If I made a call, the phone would die. So now I can't call my family. My family, like most of them, my brothers, they were on holiday, so I can't call them to come pick me up or something. Calling the police. Now he's coming closer and closer. I'm like, you know, you don't think in that moment. It's like, what do I do? So I'm shaking, put the phone back into my pocket. I'm like, you know what? Let's see where this goes, okay? So he comes closer. I'm like, yo, don't come near me, please, yeah? Because, you know, look, I don't want anything to do with you. I've just had a long day at university. I've come home. I just want to go home and chill. He goes, yeah, I've come from university as well. I go, no offense, yeah, you're eating onions, yeah, you look a bit uneducated to me, okay? This is what I said. I go, you're eating onions, you look a bit uneducated to me, brother. I don't think you've come from university. And he goes, yeah, what would you know, you stinky, dirty P word, yeah? I'm like, oh, this guy keeps going on and on. And then I was like, okay, all right, yeah. I was like telling him, I was like, look, I'm just gonna walk past you, leave me alone, yeah. I start walking forward, and he blocks my path. I'm like, oh, this guy is gonna actually either murder me, or I'm gonna get lucky and he's gonna end up on the train tracks and dead,
Oi.
yeah. So now I'm like, oh no, okay, what do I do? Yeah, so I'm like, okay, now I have to be smarter than before. So the CCTV is watching. So now I've learned, like, you know, from watching YouTube videos or whatever, if you put body language, yeah, if you show someone the palm of your hands, it desensitizes them, like de-escalates the situation. Like, you showing someone the palm of your hands is really good for like calming stuff down. Like, that's why, you know, when someone's doing
Stop it.
something mad, yeah, stop, you show your palm of your hands. So I'm showing him the palm of my hands.
So bullshit.
Listen, so it is, I'm showing him the palm of my hands, palm of my hands, and I'm saying to him, yo, relax, and he won't relax. He keeps saying more and more and more, yeah. I go, okay then, and I'm still showing him the palm of my hands because I'm on CCTV, and I'm like, go F yourself then. I go F yourself, yeah. You come any closer, I'm showing him the palm of my hands. You come any closer, I'm gonna mess you up, yeah. I'm gonna break your nose. And I'm still showing the palm of my hands. And I'm like, the CCTV is seeing me showing the palm of my hands, like, oh, yo, this guy's bare defensive. And in essence, I'm like, come next to me, I'll break your nose, I'll break your face. And then do you know what he does? He comes near me, and this is all up to that point, yeah. It's all fun and games, right? Two railway staff members, yeah, men, grown men, very strong looking men, yeah. They don't look like they're on medicine or something. They come down, they stand between us. You have to understand, I'm still angry till this day, yeah. It's been over 5 years. They come and they stand between us, not exactly between, but on the side of it, in the middle. And I'm like, guys, this guy's harassing me. Could you help me, please? I just want to walk past, and then that's it. They just stood there.
What?
Yeah, they just stood there, and I said, guys, please, yeah, could you help me out here? Like, he keeps coming close to me. I don't want this to go, any further. They just stand there. I'm like, okay, all right. If that's how it's gonna be, then I know exactly what I need to do now. Yeah. He comes close, and then he tries to grab my arm. Yeah. So I move my arm. I say, make one more movement to me. Make just one more movement. I'm gonna grab your head and smash it into the ground. I'll break your nose. You know that girlfriend of yours? I'm gonna send you to her looking ugly as hell today. Do you understand? Make one more step to me, and you're gonna be looking uglier than you already do. You crusty onion muncher. Do you understand? I didn't say the crusty onion muncher, but that would have sounded very good if I did say that. But so then after he goes, oh really? Yeah. So he starts shaking now. He's shaking. So then I'm getting brave. Like, this fat massive guy is shaking. Yo, I must be bare powerful. This must be the anime power. You know, the main character power is flowing through me.
Main character again.
So then, do you know what he does? He puts his hand in his pocket, he gets a train ticket, and he shows me, he flashes in my face. He goes, yeah, you want to assault me? I work for the police, yeah? I'm like, you work for the police? I go, well, before your fat comes and puts handcuffs on me, I'm still going to break your nose. Do you understand? Try and touch me again. And then afterwards, do you know what he does? In my head, I'm just thinking, you know what? I need to just leave this situation because this is getting too messy here. And as you know what? He's taking a step towards me. And as he's taking a step towards me, I clench my fist. I'm ready to just punch him, yeah? I clench my fist. And you know, my mom never let me took self-defense class. Ever, yeah? She said, you're going to go self-defense class, and you know what? You're going to end up breaking some bones. You're going to end up hurt. And I thought in that moment, in that split second, I thought, Mom, because I didn't go self-defense class, now I'm going to get my bones broken anyway. Do you understand? You should have just let me go. But do you know what she said? She goes, if you ever get into a fight, just say Bismillah and punch him. You win the fight, yeah? So this is what was said to me, yeah? Bismillah. So in that moment, in that split second, yeah, wallahi, in that split second, I thought, Bismillah, yeah? And I was going to punch him, and do you know what happens? The train comes. The train comes, and it starts, like, you know, when it comes, like, it's braking, but it's still fast. It's like, it comes, and it's like, it diffuses the situation somehow. And I stop punching, and the guy, do you know what he does? He takes a step back, because he must have saw I'm about to punch him. He takes a step back, and then do you know what he does? He goes, points his finger at me, his sausage finger, and he goes, go shave your beard. I go, shave my beard? Yeah? I go, mate, I look like a lion, you look like a pig. Move from here, yeah? And do you know what he does? He turns around, he starts walking away, and then he calls me a chicken like a scaredy cat. I said, I'm the scaredy cat. Who's walking away now, yeah? He carries on walking. He gets onto the train. I get onto the train. Now, again, this is the part that angers me so bad. I get onto the train. Even now, I'm shaking. By the way, yeah. Those two train railway stuff, yeah. It's so funny. Do you see how you forgot about them because they did nothing, yeah? Both of them on the train, they surround me, yeah, and they surround me. They corner me, and they go, yo, calm down, don't do anything. I'm like, excuse me, I just asked, I begged for your help. Yeah, I said, I'm being harassed here. Please help me. Can you please just let me walk past him? Yeah, and what did you do? You did nothing. What do you mean don't do anything? I never did anything. I'm trying to protect myself. That's what I did. And they go, no, don't worry. He's just here all the time. I go, he's here all the time. Oh, okay. Today is a healthy young guy like me. Tomorrow is a elderly woman or a woman with a pushchair or maybe a young child. Yeah, and are you going to say that to them as well, that he's here all the time? I go, be ashamed of yourself. Get away from me, because I was going to punch him, but I'm going to end up punching you two instead, yeah? Do you know what they did? They both moved away from me. They went to the guy. They had some words with him. I don't know what they said to him. And then, obviously, at the next stop, I called my parents. I was like, you need to pick me up right now, because, you know, when you're angry and you just say stupid stuff. I was like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, blah, blah, blah. So my dad came, he picked me up from the he picked me up from the station, and my dad, I told them what happened over the phone. Yeah, my dad at the gate, he was fully like angry. I'm going to come mess this guy up. I was like, calm down. I was like, the guy's on the train. He's long gone. Went through the gate, went home, and I was like, yo, you know what? The only good that came out of that entire altercation is I got a good story for this podcast to tell. But seriously, then I just thought about it, and I thought, you know what? If he is there all the time, I need to do something about it. And then I called the police, reported a hate crime. If you're ever discriminated against verbally, physically, like that, what I went through, make sure you report it as a hate crime, because so many, I can't remember, there's a percentage of hate crimes, I don't know why, but people don't report it to the police, and then the police don't do anything about it. They say, oh, your area's fine, that doesn't happen, but it does happen. And I reported it. I don't think the guy's been caught all this time, but to be honest, the next time I see him, he knows it's on site. Do you understand? But before that, it's just I'm gonna make sure I'm you know what I'm gonna throw some onions on the floor and let him be distracted by it, and then kick him.
Too much anime, man.
No, but on a serious note, like, that was one of the most traumatic experiences I've ever had, and till this day, it sounds so silly, but using the train, honestly, I just look around, and it comes to the point, people look at me and they're like, what's this guy looking around so much? But I'm looking around because I feel like if that can happen, that can happen to me any day. Do you know what I mean? So it puts a bit of like you get mentally ready to encounter like a bad thing like that. But yeah, so like when the woman, she started verbally assaulting me in a cafe, it just brought back that memory. And, you know, in the moment I wanted to say so much, but then I thought, you know, elderly woman, maybe she's psychotic, schizophrenic or something, but still, it's like, you know, someone needs to come get their grandma, and she needs to be dealt with as soon as possible. But anyway, very long story, sorry.
I have another short story that when you said that, it popped up to my mind, man.
Yeah, before your story, I was gonna say, honestly, in this country, it's meant to be diverse. Like London, apparently, is one of the most diverse cities in the world and stuff. Diversity is very good, okay, and diversity and having so many differences, that's really, really good and really cool, and, you know, it's something we should appreciate. But with diversity, there has to be like tolerance. You have to tolerate each other, and you have to, just because someone's different, you don't go start, you know, trying to fight with them and stuff like that. Have a bit of class about you. But anyway, Garris.
Oh yeah, before I say my story, also, like, you know the guy said oh, he's like, you're kind or something, like they did this to me.
Yes.
Like, even though they're your people, whether it's religion, culture, country, you know, whatever background, it's all down to the person, the character in it. Just because they do something bad or something that's not I can't say that, man.
Morally
right, it doesn't mean that the other people are, you know, like that. It's just that's just how they are. That's their character. Clearly, they wasn't brought up well by whoever, you know, or his parents or guardian, whatever. Or also they're uneducated as well.
It's not only that, you know, like when you say my people,
Yeah.
your people, the Asian
Yeah.
community, the black community, the white
Yeah.
community, the LGBT community, you know, all these community. We studied this we had in uni a cultures class, yeah, and there's something called, this is not just a theory, it's a thing, yeah, it's called othering, okay? When you start having your own communities, you start creating an other, like, oh, they're not like us, they're other people, yeah? That's another problem that we have nowadays. But anyway, sorry, Gareth, what was your...
So basically, I went to Central. I went to Waterloo because my work is at Central, and I was getting a bus, and I was trying to find the bus stop, and there's this homeless, let's say, she was European woman. She looked like, I don't know, but she was homeless. Yeah, she was having a go at this person. Yeah, she was clearly she's uneducated. Yeah, she was just having a go, and then I think as I was trying to find a bus stop, I walked past her. Then she looks at me and she gave me this next level stare. And I was like, I don't want anything to do with you. I just want to go to work peacefully. I think I was running out of time. She gives me the look, yeah. I can look at the corner of my eye and she's following me. And then she's shouting at me. I forgot what she said, yeah. But she was shouting at me and then she spits at me.
Wait. Let's get this straight. She was screaming at
So
you.
she was having a go at another person, yeah. And then
Yeah.
I went past her. I made no eye contact. I just saw her and I was like, whatever, man. I'm just going to my work, innit? I need to find the bus stop quickly. Then she looks at me. She gives me this next level stare, yeah, and she's following me from behind. And then she's like shouting and screaming at me. I forgot what she said, yeah. And then at the end, she spits at me. And I'm there like, what did I do? I was just minding my own business.
I learned 2 things, yeah, from like these kind of events. First of all, take out your camera. Take out your phone and start recording them. That's first thing. And second of all, whatever they say or they look at you, yeah, just look at them straight in the eye, yeah, and then they just walk away. Most of them, it's like they have this like they think like the next person is gonna do nothing, yeah. They're gonna be weak, like Sadek, for example.
Wait, excuse me.
Understand that.
Hey.
Hold
Weak
on.
backbone.
No, like when we went to the chicken shop, there was this guy. He looked at me. He gave me the dirty look, and I kept on looking at him. Like he couldn't even look back no more. Like he just walked away. Like, oh, what are you gonna do to me? Like, who are you, man? Like you're bolding and you're losing brain cells on the way as well. Like, come on.
See, this, you know what, and it's not, it's what's more upsetting is it's not only just like normal public people. It's so much more annoying when official people do it, yeah. For example, I was going to Barcelona so in my first year of university, I took English and Spanish, yeah, and I did really well in Spanish, and I just thought I really wanted to improve it, and also one of my uncles lived in Spain at the time, in Barcelona, so I was going to Barcelona to just for a holiday for 2 weeks, yeah. And I went there at the airport. I was first in line. I was so excited. Never traveled alone by myself before. I'm in the queue. At the front, okay, and there's an elderly couple, okay, and they line
Yeah.
up behind me, and they're like proper old, yeah. They must be going there for
Yeah.
like a short holiday or something.
Mhm.
They're talking to me, and they're like, oh, you know, you're where are you off to, and what are you gonna do, proper full conversation. They were so nice. So I was in the queue, and there's this elderly white couple behind me, and they were really nice. They were talking to me about you know, what am I doing, where am I going on holiday, as in Barcelona, etc. I was like, yeah. And we were speaking for ages, like a very long time, because we were waiting for the gate to open. Speaking. Now the gate opens, okay. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get on the plane first. Never done that before. Very excited. You know, because when you get on the plane, you have to go through the crowd. It's really annoying. But anywho, I go past at the gate. The security guard guy, he's got a pistol in his pocket, by the way, yeah, super duper scary. And I tried to go through the gate. He goes, passport, ticket. So I gave him passport. I gave him the ticket. Step to one side, please. Oh, okay. So I step to one side. I'm like, oh, okay, this must be, you know, like they do checks at the gate. I was like, I swear I've done a check before at the gate. Why am I doing it again? Oh, okay, it must be like, it must be a second one that they do. Okay, cool. Elderly couple. Yeah, guys, go through. Next person in the queue. Oh, okay, go through. Next person in the queue. Okay, go through. In that whole was the line, yeah, let's pretend, I don't remember the number, let's pretend 70. All 70 people went through, no one got stopped. I was the only one who was stopped. I was made to go last after everyone went. And you know what, in the meantime, they were like scanning my passport, scanning me, checking my pockets, checking this, checking that. I wasn't wearing jubba, I wasn't wearing anything that can identify me as a Muslim person or something. Normal wearing shorts and t-shirt and stuff. They're checking me, and the guy goes, who are you traveling with? Oh, I'm traveling by myself. Who are you gonna meet there? My uncle and maybe my cousin, brother and sister will be there. Why are you going? I want to go on holiday. So many questions they asked me. Yeah? I was like, okay. Then what happens? I go to them. Can I ask why did you stop me? Oh, lots of people are using this airline to go to Syria to join ISIS. Yeah.
What the
So I looked the guy dead in the eye. Yeah, dead in the eye. By the way, I was still very introverted at the time. Yeah, and I was only 18 or 19 years old. I look him dead in the eye. I go, this is a flight to Barcelona, right? And the guy just stood there and he just stood silent. I snatched my passport back off him, took my ticket, walked through the gate. This is the most heartbreaking stuff. The people in the queue saw me and they realized, like, this guy, poor guy, like, he's kept behind and he's at the front. They're all letting me go to the front. Yeah, they were so nice about it. They're like, hey, why didn't you go? They let me go to the front. The elderly couple. I get to the front where they are, and I'm like, oh hey, you guys ready? Like, to carry on the conversation. Fully blanked me. After that, yeah, they fully blanked me.
Yep.
I get on the plane, and guess where my seat is? Literally next to them. It was, let's just say, it was a very quiet flight. Yeah, it was a very quiet flight, and I was actually excited because, like I said, I was introvert. I didn't used to talk to people that much, and the fact that they were talking to me, plus the elderly, it's easy to talk to them, right? And they weren't talking to me anymore, so it was so, honestly, it was really disheartening. And then afterwards, on the plane, I saw the moon, and I literally was like trying, from my seat, I was trying to zoom in, because I love the moon, right? I'm taking pictures. I was trying to zoom into the moon, and the man, he spotted, and he goes, do you want to take a picture of the moon? I was like, yes please. And I just went to the window, took a picture, and after that they must have realized, this guy's here to actually enjoy himself. He's not here to do Allah Akbar on us. He's not here to do anything funky or anything. And then they started talking to me again, but those 2 hours of silence, those 2 hours, for a young person as well, that hurt me a lot, yeah, especially because it was official. There's other examples I can give you. I went to pick my friend up from the airport, and these guys with AKs come up to me, stand up, we're searching you, search me, make me take my, I had no passport because I'm picking someone up, take my driver license out, take this out, take that out, searching me. And then do you know what they do?
Where was this? UK?
In Stansted Airport. Is it called Stansted? Stansted Airport.
Yeah.
And they make me stand up. I was just waiting. You know what? I wasn't dressed scruffy. I was wearing a suit. There, yeah. And they're searching me. I'm like, what's going on? They search me, and then afterwards they go, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm collecting my friend from the airport. Do you know what they do? No explanation, nothing. They just walk off. But yeah, it hurts. It hurts a lot, honestly. And that's why this topic, I think, is really important. For example, Danielle's one actually irritated me a bit. The chicken shop thing about when she saw you with the jubba, that she walked away. Like, that dress, that piece of clothing that you saw, what's so bad about it? Do you know what I mean? That you have to walk away.
Talking about that, I can ask you something.
No, go for it. Yeah.
The first, not you, but Jamie. The first time, like, it was Jumma. Basically, after that, I went to his house and went to buy something, and he saw me for the first time, I think, and he was like, "Are you going out with this?"
Oh, that day, I remember.
And the face
you
you
sent me
made.
snaps of that like 2-3 years ago. I remember.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Jamie, remember?
Here we
the
go.
first time we went, and he was like, "Where are we
Here
now?"
we go.
Was that the first time you saw that, Jamie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And then he felt at the beginning. He felt a bit weird. I can't lie, and then he was fine after. And now he used to.
I remember you sent me a snap, and then you were like, "Should I get one for you?" I was like, "Yeah, okay."
He did wear it in my house.
Yeah, but he
and
didn't get me
Jamie.
one, man. I'm still waiting on you.
I'll get you one.
Jamie, when you first saw it, what was your actual initial judgment? Even if it was weird or it's like funky or something, what was it actually?
It was different
genuinely?
to me. I've never seen people wearing that, so it was like, Like, okay, what's this? What's he wearing this? And then he told me what it was and what it's for, and I was like, okay, cool. And then that was it. But at first, it was like, okay, what's he wearing this long sort of gown-looking
Like, as
thing?
in why he's wearing it.
And what?
Yeah, I don't blame him because his area doesn't really have mosques and like people wearing and mostly females wear it.
Only thing
because,
I could
you know,
resemble it to is back in the olden day, old people would have like that, but for sleeping in, and it'd be buttoned up. There'd be like 2 or 3
Oh,
buttons
yeah,
at
it's
the
a
top.
gown.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Old people.
Yeah, it's a
You
gown.
know the like Scrooge or something, whatever that film.
Yeah,
He'd
yeah,
wear
yeah.
that in his sleep. He'd wear that to sleep. It's like that, being like 2 or 3 buttons at the top. But other than that, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah, that's it. You just made me remember. You know the university. When you graduate, you wear that long robe and the hat. You know, university initially was a Islamic invention, by the way. Yeah.
And that's where
And
that came from.
That's where
Got
they
it.
came from, because they used to wear that long robe and they used to wear their, instead of the hat, they wore a turban. Do you get it?
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
obviously that was adapted and adopted. And it's so funny, like when you wear robes for graduation, no one bats an eyelid. It's like, oh yeah, it's alright. But when you wear a robe and you're just in a chicken shop, people want to cross the road from you. It's just such a funny world we live in, man. Let me ask you, and then viewers who are listening, you can answer in the comments as well, yeah? What's more threatening to see? A bunch of teenage boys, I should say, yeah? Because it's never girls. No one's ever scared of girls. Maybe they attack them and stuff, but not scared. But if you see a bunch of teenage boys wearing hoodies, black jackets, black joggers, tracksuits and stuff, is that more threatening and scary, or seeing teenage boys wearing an Islamic robe, Islamic dress? What is more threatening to you? I'm asking you guys, but anyone who's listening, put it in the comments below.
The first one.
Why is the first one? Because that's also kind of profiling as well, but why is it that one?
There with me going back to school, they'd be the sort of people that would come and bully and want to start shit and be horrible. So that's out of my personal experience. I haven't had any kids in your outfits being horrible. They'd always be nice and friendly.
What about you, Daniel?
Honestly, neither. Only fear Allah. I don't really care what are you gonna do to me, man. Death is already written, so like, what's the point of like being scared?
Good answer. And what about you, Gareth?
No, but if this was back like secondary school stuff, because of my height, then yeah, I would be scared. I'm like, oh, they'll do something to me. As in the first one.
Which
First
ones,
first
though?
one.
You know,
So
can I
the
say something?
people, yeah?
Can I say something? When I was younger, people wearing those trackies and stuff, they were really nice to me. But now when I'm older, they're not so nice to me. I don't know what happened. Maybe they thought I was one of them. Who knows? I was gonna say the other thing. This is why I like masjid so much. Like, it doesn't matter if you're wearing trackies or hoodies or what you're wearing. Yeah, anyone's welcome in the mosque. Like, the old people might give you a few looks. I won't lie. They will give you, especially old Bengali people. Yeah, damn, they will give you looks to kill. That could kill, right? But you know, other than that, literally, when you go into the mosque, people, especially if you're different, meaning in the mosque you're usually wearing the robe, you're Asian in this
If I
country.
walked
and
in with you.
if you walked in, you don't understand how many people would come and shake your hand. They would be so excited to meet you. They'd be so excited, like, oh my god, he's white, take his hand. Yeah, you know what I mean. Or it's the same if you're black. Yeah, if you're a black person and you walk in the mosque, they're like, oh my god, he's black, quickly go shake his hand, he's special. Do you know what I mean? Because they just
Oi,
used to
special.
seeing,
Oi, oi, oi.
no, seriously, like
Special
any-
as in they're
Oi, oi,
proud.
they're proud, yeah, like
Proud.
any white person, black person, or non-Asian looking person walks in, wow, they are so happy and excited to see you. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, special, as in.
I love that about the mosque.
Special as in like they like, because Islam's about like more than like it's not really about like a certain color. It's about like being united. So like when they see other people from a different like background or whatever, they get happy. They're like, oh yeah, finally someone like else that we can learn from, or like they get happy and
That's
stuff.
what I like.
You know?
Yeah, and when we pray,
Not in a bad way. Special as
When-
in like, yeah, they feel happy. Like they look
Yeah.
at them and they're like, yeah, they are like,
That's what I like
mashallah.
to see.
mashallah, and you know when we pray, yeah, we all stand in a line together, okay, and our shoulders, sometimes our feet and shoulders, they're like joint together Yeah, so it's like no one will move their shoulder hand away like, oh, I don't want to touch him. It's literally everyone stuck together, and it's just such an amazing feeling. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if you're black, it doesn't matter if you're white, Asian, short, tall, fat,
I was
skinny.
thinking of sure, and then you said it.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Mind readers are they activate. Well, yeah, like it's really it's a special thing. And there was one other thing. Danielle said something. It made me think.
One thing, yeah, about Rivas, yeah, it's like most of them, yeah, know more than actual Muslims that are born as Muslim. Like, he's so like sick. Like, you can learn so much from them because like they're freshly Muslims. Yeah, like they like have this like fresh knowledge and they can teach you a lot. Even though yeah, you might think, oh yeah, they're new and stuff, they don't have experience and stuff, but there's something about it, man. Just like raw, like they go so into it and you can learn from it so badly.
Because we take stuff for
You
granted,
relate,
innit?
man. Yeah, it's like you're born with it. You're like, oh yeah, I already know my basics and everything. Like, you don't really care, in a way, because you're brought into. You're not really you're born with it, man. It's not like you need to look into it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. But you know Jamie when he plays a cappella stuff, yeah, because he learned like music is haram, etc. Right?
Yeah.
So you know when he does that,
I'm just doing it out of respect.
Out of respect. But you know the way I look at you, I'm like we were in the car and you were putting the volume up for the nasheeds, the Islamic songs, in the car
What
when
was
you were
I?
driving back from shopping. You were putting the Islamic.
Oh, them,
you were putting the volume up.
yeah. At night,
part of-
yeah, I like them. Some of them, yeah.
Like Jamie's not Muslim, but a part of me was just like, oh, that's like so special. I don't know. It's hard to explain it.
Nah, there's something about this guy though. Like, like the more like you teach him, and the more like he uses your words and like
He
it's
acts
like,
upon it. Yeah.
he's so open to it. Like, I'm like, wow, this is my friend right here, man. Just before we wrap it up, just want to say, I sacrificed my food. I got food right next to me, but I haven't eaten anything just because
I'm starving right
You
now.
haven't eaten
make sure
anything.
this is-
You haven't eaten
Yeah.
anything. These
No, I haven't
bloody
eaten.
Asians,
Oh,
they don't learn the language properly. I don't love your type. They don't learn the
Alright,
language.
let me try this again. Let me try. I haven't eaten. Okay. Is
I
it fine?
haven't eaten. I have not eaten.
Eaten.
Yes.
Okay, that sounds so weird.
Please,
But
Eaten
speak
mess.
appropriate grammar.
Okay, you're.
Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, can I just add? Yeah. Like the thing is, yeah. Some Asians know how to speak much better English than British-born people. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Are you talking about yourself?
no, mine is different case because I studied it like in depth here. But like normal people, they know how to speak better English than random people off the street. It's crazy.
Am I weird? But like, I swear I haven't ate. It's like it sounds so like normal. I haven't ate.
Yeah, I would think A is
I
the right
haven't
term,
ed.
but my English is very, very bad.
It's
No, eaten.
it's called
No,
it's
no,
called something.
eaten.
I think it's called. I can't remember the grammar, but I think it's past participle. Yeah, you have to say I haven't eaten. It's stupid. I haven't ate is perfectly. It makes perfect sense, but it's not grammatically
Exactly.
correct.
That's you get the point. I haven't eaten.
Me too.
You know what? If you did that in your
cares, man?
assignment, I think you'd find your mark down.
It's shy, man.
Yes.
Okay, let me try this.
I'm
before we
fixing
wrap
my
it up,
glasses. That
just
look
wanna
a bit more
say-
epic because I was fixing my glasses. but
Oh,
yeah.
it's just shots.
Oh.
Shots. Oh, beside the point. We are still making podcasts.
You're the-
Anyway, to wrap up, we've got Gareth today with the quote of the
Oh,
week.
yeah.
He's been saving this for like 2 weeks now.
The quote of the week is: "Your best days are still ahead of you, even if the best people around you left your life." And this quote, I got it from Pastor Vlad. He's a Christian pastor from America, and yeah, and any Christians out there, I recommend him a lot because I've learnt so much through his channel. One day I want to go to America, and I'm definitely going to visit his church, man.
Okay, before we wrap it up, just wanna like make sure to subscribe, like, and if you're not racist, make sure to like and show us support. And I haven't eaten. Yeah, make sure to like if you're not racist. I haven't eaten. So like.
I haven't eaten. We're going into different levels here, brother. I haven't eaten. How have you said this?
But your brain cells ain't working because I haven't eaten. So,
Your brain
that's
cells or
the
my
problem.
brain cells? Which one?
My brain cells.
You said
I'm
your.
not the one speaking.
Oh,
Mine.
my-
No,
Okay, guys.
Okay.
Daniel, he hasn't aided in, so we need to wrap up now. Big up Martin. I'm gonna say this week.
Let's go. Big up Martin.
Big up Martin. And I wanted to say yes. If you, sorry,
We better get
we're on,
sponsored by
guys.
Martin now.
We forgot to say one of the most important things. We've gone past 50 subscribers. We're currently,
Big up.
as of making this video, we're 57 subscribers.
Let's go.
Which is amazing.
Thank you to all those Rocket League subscribers.
Do share this podcast with others, and do subscribe if you are still not subscribed, and do like the video.
Wait. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok.
Until next time, it's goodbye from me
Peace out from
and
Garys.
the rest of the guys.
Just shut it down. I had enough. Bye.